I'm on the verge of a 10-day vacation to the Caribbean. I'm here in my office at work, putting the last minute touches on a few things, and then I will head home, do a little bit of last minute packing at home, and then we hit the road tonight to drive to Los Angeles, and then tomorrow morning we fly from LAX to Miami. On the wall here at my office at work, you can see these maps. I've got a red push pin in all the places that we've visited before. I don't get to put any new push pins in this time because we're going to places we've been before. Miami, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, and Nassau in the Bahamas. But these are all great places to vacation, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. I successfully made it out of work even a little bit early, and right now I'm sitting in our driveway at home. We're just about to drive away, and I've got two special passengers with me, my wife Kellen and our Cocker Spaniel Morgan. We're gonna go drop Morgan off at our friend Gail's house. She'll be babysitting Morgan while we're gone.
Hi, who's there? Oh, come on in, Hi, Morgan.
So, with our dog safely in the care of our great friend Gail, we hit the road for what is normally about a 3.5-hour trip to Los Angeles. However, this happened to be the day after there were horrible mudslides in Santa Barbara County, completely blocking the freeway that connects our area with Los Angeles, so we had to take a big detour on a windy little road that's one lane in each direction. It only ended up adding about a half hour to the drive, though, and eventually we made it down to Los Angeles. We spent the night at the Holiday Inn near the airport. It's a clean, quiet hotel and very affordable. They've got a shuttle to take you to the airport, so after a good sleep and a nice breakfast, we finally made it to LAX. They've been doing a lot of construction over the last several years, and it has really paid off. The terminal we were in looks great. For our flight to Florida, we chose JetBlue. This was my first time flying with them, and I don't think it'll be my last. We like to fly first class whenever we can, and on JetBlue that's called Mint. We got to be among the first people to board the plane, and we had great seats in the third row. The seats are spacious with a lot of room, and there are USB and 110-volt power connections. The seats can even go fully flat if you want to sleep during the flight. Wheels up was about 8 a.m., and it's a little less than 5 hours for the flight from Los Angeles to Fort Lauderdale. We've done the cross-country flight to Florida many times now, and I'd have to say this was the best version. By the way, off in the distance there, you can see the Channel Islands off the Southern California coast. As I pull the camera away from the window and give you a look inside the cabin, you can see the really nice seatback entertainment system they had for us in the first class section. I don't know if the folks in coach had this or not. I think they did. All the movies and TV shows were free, at least in first class they were. I don't know about coach. I watched the movie Battle of the Sexes with Emma Stone and Steve Carell, who you see here in a funny scene from the movie. As you can see, the cabin crew took great care of us. I had a surprisingly delicious omelet on the plane. They served breakfast since it was an 8 a.m. flight. The plane did have free Wi-Fi, which allowed me to use Facebook throughout the flight to brag about what a great day I was having. I just really love flying, looking out the window at the views and enjoying the ride. In first class, it's especially great, and that has a lot to do with why I say when you cruise out of Florida, getting there is half the fun. Before long, we were crossing over the west coast of Florida with a spectacular view. After that, you get an overview of part of the Florida Everglades, and before you know it, they're telling you to put your seats in the upright position, and we touched down in Fort Lauderdale at about 3:45 in the afternoon local time. Now, if you look in the lower right corner of the screen, you're going to see something really cool here as the plane lands. The captain turned on the thrust reverser to slow us down, and you can actually see the effect there, right there in the lower right corner with the engine just out of view to the right. Cool. We took a lift over to Miami and checked into the Holiday Inn near the port of Miami. I've tried many hotels on our previous visits to Miami. This is the one we always stay in now, and let me tell you why. It's all about the location. Right across from the Holiday Inn is a fantastic place called the Bayside Marketplace. And this is a place that is designed for you, the tourist, with some time to kill in Miami. Let me give you a tour of Bayside, and I think you'll see why I like staying at the Holiday Inn right across the street. So the Bayside Marketplace is basically an outdoor shopping mall, and while it certainly does have a lot of shops like you'd see in a conventional shopping mall, it leans very heavily towards restaurants, bars, and entertainment. Everything a tourist needs for fun. As you can see as we look around here, that it's not an indoor mall like you would want in Minnesota. It's all designed to take advantage of the warm weather of Miami. There are bars and restaurants and lots of outdoor seating, so you can enjoy the warm weather and the beautiful views. And in case you didn't already figure it out, the reason that they call this place the Bayside Marketplace is because it sits right next to Miami Bay and the Port of Miami, where all the cruise ships are. While you're visiting Bayside, you can take a little ride around the bay on one of these boats. You don't even have to book it in advance. Just buy a ticket right here and go on a little mini cruise, and they'll show you all the cruise ships and some of the expensive homes that line the bay. Now, the restaurants on the ground level of the Bayside Marketplace are a little more expensive and full service, but let me give you a little tip on where to find the bargain-priced food. If you go to the upper level of the marketplace, you'll find what is basically a Miami version of a food court in a mall. And as you walk by these casual food shops, you'll see you've got a whole bunch of choices, and they'll even give you a free sample so that you can see if you like the food and you can decide if you want to eat there. And then after your meal, there are a bunch of different places where you can find dessert. We chose gelato, but there are all sorts of choices. And then there's the shopping. Don't come to Miami with a completely full suitcase. Leave a little extra room so you can bring some stuff home with you after shopping at Bayside. If you've got kids, the epitome of the Bayside shopping experience is the Disney store. Kellen had a great time in there, buying absolutely nothing because she did not have any extra room in her suitcase. Don't make that mistake when you visit. Kellen is a small person, barely able to reach this princess dress. They have a lot of fun kids' clothing at the Disney store. We joke that this princess dress would fit Kellen perfectly. For me, she suggested something from the Bubba Gump store. Whatever your tastes and souvenirs are, you'll find something in one of the shops at Bayside, I'm sure. Something for everyone in every price range. The only thing that saves us from spending a lot of money at Bayside is not having room to bring anything home on the plane. There's also music at Bayside in a nice little outdoor setting. They rotate different bands through there. During the daytimes, there may or may not be a band playing, but at night there has always been a band playing whenever we visited. So I'm a big fan of Bayside. We always come into Miami at least a day before our cruise, and it's great to be able to come to Bayside for meals, drinks, entertainment, and shopping. A lot of people stay at the Intercontinental Hotel in Miami, but that's about a 3 or 4 block walk to get over to Bayside from there. I definitely suggest the Holiday Inn, which is right across the street from Bayside. And if you book a room that faces the bay, especially if you get a room on one of the upper floors, you'll have a fantastic view of the Port of Miami. Here's a shot right out our window. You can see that Royal Caribbean ship there, and then the flags out in front of the Bayside Marketplace. It's all right out our window, just a spectacular, uniquely Miami view that's pretty great to see at any hour of the day. We can also see the cargo operations on the other side of the Port of Miami too, and the sunrises are spectacular. But as a cruise ship fanatic, I've got to tell you that there's nothing like looking out your hotel room window and seeing the cruise ships arrive at the Port of Miami in the morning. I shot this at 5 o'clock this morning. It's kind of dark, sorry, but if you look real carefully, you'll see a cruise ship moving from right to left there. That's the Disney Magic coming into port this morning. What most of the cruise ships do is come all the way past the cruise ship docks, and then they use this big turning basin to do a 180-degree turn. See how the Disney Magic is very slowly spinning around? Once they've made that 180-degree turn, they're facing out to sea, and that's how they want to be oriented when they dock in the morning, so that at the end of the day, they can make a quick getaway. Now, there's one other thing that the Holiday Inn has going for it in terms of location. It's an easy one-block walk to a CVS pharmacy store, so if you realized that you forgot to pack something, or if you want to bring something on the cruise that was too heavy to bring on the plane, like a case of Pepsi, you can get it at the CVS just before heading over to the cruise ship. When it was time for our cruise on the MSC Seaside, we took a lift over to the port. It's a quick and easy 5-minute ride. And then we entered the crazy world that is a cruise ship terminal on embarkation day. It's always a bit of a zoo, but there is a big payoff at the end of the check-in process. You get to finally board your ship and take a cruise to the Caribbean. It's the best vacation I've found. That's the end of this video, which was my way of showing you how getting to a cruise is half the fun. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel, and once I'm back from my cruise on the MSC Seaside, you can bet there'll be a video or two about that.